Everyone, and welcome to this week's Speak Nerdy to Me. We are here wrapping up the first week of December and our favorite newsy items. I am Kaori Takee, and next to me, as always, is the lovely, beautiful, better half, Ann Campia.
What up, everybody?
And we have a special guest over here. She just finished eating. We didn't eat yet, so this little bitch kind of... excited.
She was scarfing something down. All I heard was,
yeah.
Kaori, can I have one too?
I don't know if you like it. It's called bully sticks, and I don't know if you know, bully sticks are made out of bull dicks.
Yeah.
Silent.
All right.
Wakame's like, well, it's pretty damn good. You need to try some of this. Anyways, guys, so welcome to our show for Team Amasian. Speak Nerdy to Me. Here we are, and we're just going to shoot the shit.
Yes, please.
So here we go. First thing we want to talk about, Horrible Bosses. Ann and I both saw the movie Horrible Bosses. And what do you think?
Ooh. All right. So if I had to choose between seeing Horrible Bosses and Dumb and Dumber 2 again, I would choose Dumb and Dumber 2 again.
I still want to see Dumb and Dumber 2. So I think I'm going to have you come with me to watch it.
Yeah, I'm totally down. I think Horrible Bosses was a little bit of a letdown for me because I loved the first one so much. And this one kind of just seemed like they had like a very light... Well, with any comedy, there's like a really light script, right? But this one just seemed ultra light, and then they just kind of peppered in like some, improv. Just wasn't that good.
It's a shame because they have really usually funny comedians. Like everyone is a solid comedian and actor, but I just didn't enjoy the storyline. It made no sense, you know. I love Chris Pine as well, and
I did too.
He it's a lackluster movie, in my humble opinion.
It was nice to see Chris Pine in that kind of role.
Yes.
I think, I totally agree with you. I think he was the highlight of the film for me. Christoph Waltz was kind of just like, it could have been anyone playing that role.
Which was surprising.
Yeah.
It's fucking Christoph Waltz.
I know. It just wasn't right. It didn't feel like the right. And I love when he does comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys have seen that video... I think it was an SNL skit, I'm not for sure, but where he has like the bow tie and he's singing that song that's like "Der Humping" or something like that. But it's supposed to sound like they're humping, you know, like, so it's super funny. But he's a great comedian. It just wasn't the right role for him either.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Jennifer Aniston in the movie?
Disclaimer, I love Jennifer Aniston in Friends. I think no one could have been a better fit for being Rachel.
Yeah.
That being said, I am not a fan of her movie products, you know?
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And the first Horrible Bosses was the very first time I was like, okay, she could probably do some comedy. She's not that bad in here, but I totally agree. She hasn't really had a film where I'm like, yeah, she's amazing.
And people are raving about Cake, the movie coming out with her, and they're saying that it's an Oscar contender. I'm like, really?
I guess we'll have to see.
We'll see.
Yeah, that would be a surprise.
But since we are actually talking about reviews, and I just thought of this, and I both saw Hunger Games, and we haven't talked about it with each other, so let's do it.
I have to say, for a second there, I can't even remember her character now. I thought it was, what's her name from Game of Thrones?
God, this is terrible. Type away. I will distract. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, I have a pun coming up.
Natalie
Dormer. For a second, I thought Natalie Dormer was sitting right next to me because of Corey's awesome haircut. But yeah, let's talk. We didn't get a chance, right? Because last time we had a show.
No, we
haven't seen it yet. Okay, let's talk about it. What'd you think?
Girl, I'm going to get barbecued right now. I really didn't like it. I thought it was a terrible movie. And the thing is, I think it's because the first movie and the second movie was so good, and it really set the premise for this one to be really awesome, but it wasn't. And I felt that, man, this whole movie is so unnecessary. They could make part 1 and 2, put it together, and make a solid part, like just a whole movie, but instead they want to split it.
Right.
It just felt really stretched, really slow, too long.
I think you're not alone. The criticisms I read were pretty much on point with what you're saying. So you're not alone.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, and there was the whole time, I get it. I get Jennifer Lawrence Katniss is going through a lot and all that shit, but I'm kind of getting tired of hearing her whine the whole entire time, crying, and it's just too much emo for me.
It's not as bad as Twilight. Nothing can be as bad as Bella in Twilight in terms of whining, but I can understand that. But she did have a lot of inner dialogue as well in the books, so yeah, I could see how that could get very annoying on screen too.
So did you like the movie?
I definitely liked the movie. I agree with everything you said. I can see why people thought that way. I know that they made 2 movies or decided to because it's money. Like, why else, right?
Yeah.
So why not? A lot of shit ton of people went to go see it. So it still made a lot of money, not as much as the first 2, but it still made enough. And I liked what I told you when I got out of the film was that I liked, for as a slow-paced film that it was, and there was no Hunger Games in this film.
Sorry. I play Tap Out.
It's time for you to check your town, Kaori. But what I liked is that they established the ramifications of the Hunger Games very well in each of the districts. I think that's the part that I enjoyed the most, was that you really felt the results of what happened in the Hunger Games, you know, not only to Katniss, but to everybody surrounding. And there's a lot of movies that drop the ball when it comes to establishing environments and really making you feel like, wow, this is a horrible, horrible situation to be in. I think one movie that I would go to say that they dropped the ball in setting the environment is Interstellar.
Okay.
I feel like that movie was set in one place, and so you didn't really get the feel of what was going on in the whole entire world, because you were only seeing the results of whatever was happening in Interstellar. I won't tell you because you still need to see it. But you only saw one shot of one place in the entire world, whereas in Hunger Games, you're seeing every single district is really feeling what happened. And so for that reason, that's why I like this movie.
Okay.
But I can totally see how you could say that this could be one movie.
It could have.
Yeah, like all of the scenes that they shot could have really just been like the first act of an entire movie with the next movie that we're waiting for. Yeah.
That being said, all my talking smack about this, I still am really amped about part 2 because the other 2 were so good. They were so delightful.
Yeah.
Sadly, my expectations were just so high that this one, I almost wanted to walk out. I was thinking, all right, I can skip the rest of
Dude, yeah, no, you're not alone. You're not alone.
Like, what happened?
But this was my least favorite out of the 3 books, too. I mean, what do you think?
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't read the books.
Oh, sorry. I thought you did.
It's all good. It's all
My
good.
bad.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I liked Hunger Games 2, the movies, more than the first one.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a really
I
cool
agree.
thing.
I totally agree.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into some movie news since we're on the talking point of movies. Let's begin with some announcements. Officially, Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, which is so exciting because I'm sure you guys have probably seen the, fake mock trailer thing.
The leak.
Yeah, the leak that Ryan Reynolds did, and I thought he did a phenomenal job. I was banking on him being Deadpool, and now that he is, I think, yes, this is awesome.
Me too. Can't think of anyone better. And whatever that leak was totally worked in his favor, too.
It totally did. And people are sitting there saying, dude, really Ryan Reynolds? Because he sucked at Green Lantern. No, he did not suck as Green Lantern. The movie sucked.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with how bad it sucked.
Amen. I totally agree.
Yeah.
You can be a great actor and have a shit script, and you can't turn, I don't know what the saying is, but you can't make it any better.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think he, if anything, any ounce of goodness in Green Lantern was a lot to do with him. So I'm so excited to see him in this role. I think he's going to do great because, he's done comedy and he is a comedian in some sense. And also he's very versatile and it's perfect. I think he's going to take it away.
Yep. The humor's there. The acting chops are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we also got a lot of news. Suicide Squad. The squad has been announced. All the castings have been official. There's the mumbo jumbo. We got Will Smith. We've got Eisenberg dude.
Jai Courtney.
Yeah. And everybody else. Tom Hardy. Jared Leto. Margot Robbie. And him.
And it's funny that this particular image has chosen to leave off, and you pointed this out, Cara Delevingne,
yeah.
and they put in Jesse Eisenberg instead. Hilarious.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny, but I don't know who made that image. Great image, but I don't know why they decided to leave off that chick.
Yeah, I hope that because there's not enough space.
Who I'm really not familiar with her anyways. And so, but that's a shit ton of casting news that came out just in this past week.
A lot. And so Suicide Squad, people have been tweeting us and asking us what we think. I know Anne is a much bigger comic book guru than I am, and I'm just going to say that, yeah, this is all nice and stuff, fine and dandy, but I'm not going to be too excited until I see a trailer.
Completely
That's
agree.
just how I feel. I'm like, okay, great. Well, I have no conception or no idea how these people are going to do until I see a trailer.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's a hard one just because a lot of debate on Gal Gadot being Wonder Woman and continues to be. But I think, like you, the casting is whatever.
Yeah, I haven't even seen them in there.
Phenomenal actors.
Nothing.
Yeah. We don't know what the script is. It's hard to tell. I mean, when Heath Ledger got cast as Joker, everyone was like, what the fuck? The guy from A Knight's Tale, really? You know, and then look, everyone praises him now after the movie is, said and done, and people loved him in that character. Now people are having a hard time seeing Jared Leto in that character. And I'm reading all these, reasons as to why he doesn't look like him. Really? You can look like him. Like he will look like whatever Joker that they want to portray, it's their interpretation.
Yep.
So like you, I'll wait till the trailer, but I am kind of curious as to this particular squad that they've chosen, because there are other characters that are a little more prominent in Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Deathstroke, for example. Which
where'd he go?
Is like, what? Like, no Deathstroke in Suicide Squad? That's weird.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're reserving that character for something later or if they just really didn't want.
Maybe they'll announce it later.
I don't know. I mean, but there's so many iterations of Suicide Squad, so I'm just curious as to why they picked some of the people that are going to be in it. But Deadshot, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay,
so another newsy thing was Doctor Strange has been announced. Benedict Cumberbatch has officially signed on. Smaug. The thing is, I do love me some Benedict Cumberbatch. Did you fucking kill him last time?
Yeah, because he looks like Butthead. From Beavis and Butthead.
How dare you say that? Because now he looks like Butthead to me.
Well, you don't have to be attracted to him, right? Physically to love his acting. So
I am excited about Benedict becoming Doctor Strange. I think, it's great. But again, I still want to see a trailer, But, yeah.
If you're based off looks, we had an image where they were side by side. He kind of looks like Doctor Strange, though. For people that care.
Benedict does look strange.
Like Butthead. But again, another phenomenal actor that's being cast in these roles. Man, it feels like don't you feel like it's almost like this caliber of actors is now kind of in a line to see what role they would fit in these Marvel and DC universes. It's crazy.
It's nuts, right?
I never would have thought I would see Will Smith with Tom Hardy.
Me neither.
Jared Leto,
or Margot Robbie.
Yeah. All in the same movie. It's going to be interesting, that chemistry with those people.
I think it'll be rather eclectic.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about some other thing that came out called the Star Wars The Force Awakens.
What's that? Ooh.
I just really want to watch 4, 5, 6 again.
I do too.
You just have to do it.
I'm so annoyed because I keep bugging John about it, and he's like, Yeah.
No,
I'm
let's,
like, what?
then let's just do it.
Yeah.
We're
gonna do it.
We'll just hang out with Wakame, watch it, and then John will have to watch it.
Yes.
And
I agree.
Okay, so what do you think of this teaser
trailer? Amazing. I saw it on the big screen because, as you know, they released it on that Friday at select theaters, and I saw it like 4 times on the big screen. And I have to say, seeing it on the big screen made all the difference, I think. Because before we left to go watch it, we saw it on just a regular computer, and I was like, I don't know how to feel about this. But when you actually see everything laid out, it just felt so Star Wars to me.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
It does feel very Star Wars, and I think whatever lives in this trailer is 90% nostalgia. It makes you feel good, excited, happy that this is all coming back together with the technology that we have today. The actors are, we didn't see their faces or anything, but we know that the actors are rejoining, and it's exciting. The trailer itself, it wasn't the best. I mean, I think everything that they gave us was what provided the excitement. But I just wish there was a little more to it. That's all.
See, and that's where I have a hard time because it is a teaser trailer.
Yes.
Let's remember that. And it was only 88 seconds. And so you counted about, I think, 8 different scenes that they showed us in an 88-second trailer. So it's hard for me to think like, yeah, of course I want more because everyone wants more. We want to know this is Star Wars. We want the movie out right now if we could, not next year. But for what it was, I love seeing John Boyega in the very first shot. That got me going already. I like seeing the X-Wings flying by. That was very Star Wars. Obviously, the Millennium Falcon. Again, a perfect way to end the trailer. Yep. But the scene that I like and that got everybody talking was the one where you just see the back of the character and then he pulls the lightsaber with the hilt with the sabers coming out from the sides too. And it's like everyone's like, is that Adam Driver? Is that Andy Serkis? Like, who is that person? So that to me kind of gave like a really good context to this is the ramifications 30 years later after Star Wars, the last Star Wars. There's a war and what's going on. I told John, everyone seems to be running from something. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like John Boyega looks scared as shit. And then the girl that's on the, I forget, on whatever, the vehicle, and she speeds away, is also looking back as if something is after her. So I'm like, why are they all scared?
It's exciting. Well, it causes us to be excited.
I know. I know. It's really cool. So
good job.
Can't wait to see it.
Yeah, indeed. But we have to watch 4, 5, 6. We have to.
Right now.
Let's talk about the Last of Us live action movie that's currently in the works. And it was announced at Comic-Con that Maisie Williams from Game of Thrones fame was in talks, possibly, of being Ellie. And recently, a couple days ago, she mentioned that she would love to do it. What do you guys think of her being Ellie? You know what? I'm not a fan of her character, Arya Stark, in Game of Thrones, but I think she would be phenomenal for it. I kind of wondered why they didn't pick Ashley Johnson, because Ashley Johnson, who voiced the Ellie in the video game, she's a great actress too. But, I would be so gung-ho about... she's a little... Yeah, see?
Oh, her.
Yeah. She's the... what's her face? She's the Avengers at the end, the waitress.
Yes.
Yeah, that's her. Anyway, so the idea of Maisie Williams becoming Ellie, I think that could really work.
Yeah.
It could really
Do you
work.
like her acting in Game of Thrones, aside from the character?
I think she's a little bit of an over actress, but I mean, it's fine. I think it works for what it's worth,
Yeah.
But if she becomes Ellie, that would be fun.
Yeah, and she's well known for the people that are not too familiar with maybe the game or, but watch Game of Thrones. So you could also get that kind of fan base to come over.
Yeah. So hopefully that works. And I think you might like Last of Us, but yeah. I'd play with you. Again. Okay, so next topic, we are going to get into video games since we just mentioned The Last of Us. Happy birthday, PlayStation 1. The birth of the PS1 that revolutionized gaming everywhere. I mean, obviously every console is very important. But the PlayStation 1, if you guys know that this was just a game changer all over the place.
It really was. Everyone had one, right?
Everyone had one, and it's beautiful. So in honor of their birthday anniversary, PlayStation 4 is coming out with limited editions.
Pull it up here again.
Right there, and it looks like the PS1 kind of in template.
It looks really cool.
I think it's gorgeous, and I'm kind of happy that I didn't buy a PS4 yet because now I want that one. I'm eyeballing it.
What is that little piece, Kaori, on the bottom there that looks like a Kinect? What is that?
You know what? Since I don't have a PS4, I don't know.
Oh. I mean, it might just be a charging station or something, but I don't know what that was. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's probably Connect. So I'm gonna get a PS4 because Christmas is around the corner. Someone's gonna get it for me.
Wow, someone's very sure about this.
I know.
It's as if you're looking at me to buy it.
Okay, all of my boyfriends need to get together. No, I'm just kidding. Single, ready to mingle.
Let's Kickstarter. Let's Kickstarter a PS for Kaori.
So yes, that happened, and it looks great.
Mm-hmm. That's so nice of them too.
Yeah.
Pay homage to the first one.
And it's nice, but obviously it's going to make some money. I just looked at I want it. I don't even know what a PS4 does. But I want it. I'm just kidding. Okay, so let's talk about... I wanted to review a couple games real quick. One is Home. It's available on your iOS. This game, if you haven't played it, it's like a horror genre. It's very short. It's about 1 to 2 hours long. It's an indie game. Basically, you wake up and you don't know where you are, and you're searching around, and every decision you make ends up, resulting in your fate. That sounds kind of common in games nowadays, but
like Telltale.
It's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure story.
Yeah.
But in a short, compressed indie game, 8-bit looking thing.
What did you play it on?
I played it on my iPad.
Oh, cool.
And I thought the game... It was rated really high. It's rated as one of the best games that you can get on your app of this year or whatever. I didn't like it very much.
Really?
I didn't like it very much. And I kind of want you to play it. It's really short.
Okay.
You can play it. But I ended up committing suicide.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So.
That should be interesting. I would like to see where my story ends up. So yeah, I will pick it up. But
it's very creepy.
It's 8-bit like that the whole time?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're like...
Kind of cute.
Yeah.
I mean, different.
So yeah, tell us what you think of Home, the game, and if you liked it or not. And another horror game that we both played is Five Nights at Freddy's. Dude,
scared the shit out of me.
I am gonna tell you right now, I did not make it past day 2. Night 2 screwed me over a couple times, and I said, "Fuck this game."
How many nights?
You have 5 nights.
That's right. From the title. That was a dumb question.
It's all right. It's all right. What did you think of it? You played a little bit of it.
I don't know that I got past the first night. Because I couldn't figure out how to play. I'm such a bad gamer. I don't understand what's happening.
Well, the premise of it is basically there's these stuffed animals a la Chuck E. Cheese, and you have the night shift, and you're here, and there's 2 doors, and then you have a camera, and you can see the different the animals moving closer and closer to you, and the goal is not to run out of light, and also not to get them in your face, and they got into my face twice, and I'm like, fuck this game. I am not playing this game anymore.
It's kind of scary.
It's so scary.
If I could have just figured out what you were supposed to be doing, I just kept running out of power before they even got to me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and they have a number 2 out or coming out soon.
Oof.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, going back to Home, when you start playing it, they tell you to turn the lights off and play it. Just play it. Tell me what you think.
Really?
I might give it another chance.
But it still isn't that scary for you.
It's not that scary. It's more like creepy.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of weird things going on. You're going to run into like a lot of dead bodies, and then you kind of decide like, oh, I'm going to pick this up or not pick this up, and you kind of just figure out what your deal is in the situation.
Yeah.
All right. So that being said, fuck you, Five Nights at Freddy's, for scaring me so much. Let's talk about the Telltale games, Game of Thrones first episode came out, and I'm happy to say I haven't played all of it yet. I'm still in the very, very beginning, but I'm telling you, this game is good, and they succeeded again. I'm Telltale Games, man. Sure winner. Every single game I played.
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to play the Walking Dead ones along with you because you've been telling me how amazing they were, but I wanted to find the story that I really would connect with, and since I follow Game of Thrones, I was like, hell yeah, I'm all over this. I'm enjoying it so far. I don't want to say where I'm at because I don't think I think maybe I might be a little bit further.
You probably are.
So but yeah, it looks good. I didn't know that they get the actual people to voice the characters, which is really cool to me, and the characters actually look like them from the show, so that's nice. I just love it. I feel like I'm a part of that world. You know?
Yeah. I'm so highly recommend it. Tell us what you think. Don't spoil it for me. Hopefully I'll have it done by the time.
I want to review it because it's really fun so far.
Done. We're going to have a review video of it coming up soon. Okay, and then let's also talk about Nintendo that filed a patent to bring classic Game Boy games to your smartphone.
How cute is that old school Game Boy?
That thing was heavy.
Yeah. That was revolutionary too.
It was. Yeah, it was. And there was no color back then.
I know.
It was just like...
It's all about Tetris for me.
Green and dark green. I think this is an excellent idea.
Yeah.
That's all.
Do you think the games aren't going to look like the super old school games are not going to look like in that coloring, right? Like
no, they should have color at
the real
this point,
games.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, not the real games, but the more current versions.
They should kind of update it a little bit, you know. I mean, the thing is, like, they're going to start banking on the fact emulators, because essentially people, especially with droids, they've been jacking emulators and getting free games this whole time, so now they're going to make money off of it.
Yeah, it's their games, you know.
So that's a good idea.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, now I just want to just give up on life and play games.
Let's do it.
Let's just do it. Bye. No,
Star Wars and games.
Star Wars and games and
Wakame.
Waka.
There you go.
Like, dude, why are you picking me up right now?
Aw, she looks like she's about to say something.
She say something. No? All right, so
cute.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about a little bit of TV.
Yes, please.
So the previous Walking Dead episode, Beth dies. Sorry if I spoiled it for you, but I'm pretty damn
Whatever.
sure. No. Like, it was all over the internet.
Yeah.
They spoiled it for me too. I'm sure you knew Beth died.
Well, and I had heard that the Facebook page or something accidentally leaked? Or not accidentally leaked.
Everybody was leaking that shit.
But the actual Walking Dead page, like, put a photo or something out.
Sucks.
That you knew already that she died in that episode.
Well, that I don't know.
Was it traumatic?
It was very
surprising?
sudden. Yes, it was surprising. I'm not too sad about it. It's Beth. They're like, a major character dies. It's like, okay, it's Beth.
But Beth's been in it since season 1, right?
Season 2?
2? Okay.
Since they went on the farm.
Okay.
She's
yeah,
Maggie's
pretty early on.
Sister, yeah. And she started sucking, but she became more and more relevant as the show, reached seasons. And then she became close to Daryl, and then her death was really sudden. But I'm not gonna miss her very much. I mean, I'm so used to people dying. I was a little sad when Shane went, even though he was a big.
Oh my
dick.
god, yeah. Shane was amazing.
What's the blonde one, Andrea? I wasn't sad when she left. I wasn't sad when the mom died. Like, these people are leaving, and you just got to get used to it.
Yeah. You would think that there would be more, deaths because of the situation that they're in.
Yeah. So that was the big news, and that was the mid-season finale, so we're not going to see what's going to go on for a while. And then we're going to talk real quick about our Arrow predictions for the mid-season finale because it's coming up real close. And there was an image that was recently released where you got Oliver Queen hanging out with Ra's al Ghul.
Topless,
both topless. Who'd you rather? FMK.
Oh my God.
I'm totally
We're
kidding.
not there yet.
Totally kidding.
But
So I'm going to predict that, this is going to be Oliver's training to become better, which is kind of weird because a couple episodes ago, Ra's al Ghul seemed like he kind of wanted to kill Oliver or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this is going to work.
I don't either. I don't know how Oliver finds himself alone. I mean, obviously he's usually traveling with the team, and then apparently he wants to go after Ra's himself. My prediction would be that this is an actual fight.
Yeah.
Over some betrayal or whatever.
So what happened? They're like, let's go to the top. Let's fight. But first, let's take these shirts off.
Yeah, Let's make sure there are no guns in your one pocket that you have in your shirt. But I mean, we've kind of, with the crossover, we didn't really touch on Sarah's death, which has really been kind of the catalyst for this season. While Felicity is still investigating it in the last episode, it wasn't that prominent. And so I think it's going to really come up in this mid-season, and that might be why we see Roz and Oliver right in front of each other like that. And
that'd be really good to actually, big mid-season finale would be someone revealing who killed Canary.
It would be nice. Yeah. It would be nice because then we're going to get into that whole Canary story arc when we come back. So it would be nice to kind of or at least have somewhat of a closure on that.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. What do you guys think? I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of theories going around. I haven't tried to look at any because I don't want to spoil. If somebody's right out there, I'm sure somebody has it right. Yeah, one of you fans has written the whole season, I'm sure, and knows what's happening. So I don't want to know. Yeah. So, okay. So let's talk about... looking at my topics. There we go. Do you want to talk about some FMK? Let's do it. All right. I'm like... I don't have an FMK image, but no FMK. Whatever. Let's just pull up these guys because they're all worthy. Perfect. Any of these guys that we've looked at all throughout the show. FMK and Campia, Ryan Reynolds, no, not Benedict. You already know what's happening with him. Ryan Reynolds, Jared Leto, Tom Hardy. Okay. I would marry Ryan Reynolds. I would. Actually, I would. That's weird. I would fuck Jared Leto and I would kill Tom Hardy. What about you? I would marry Ryan Reynolds for sure. Yeah. I mean, Blake Lively did good with that one. God. I mean... I know. That's the best thing that came out of the movie for her. Okay. So true. Ryan Reynolds, definitely marry. Jared Leto... Dude, I would so fuck Tom Hardy, but... I know, I had the feeling. Are you going to pick him or no? Yeah, I'll pick Tom Hardy. Fuck him pretty well. And Jared Leto, I would have to kill. Unless he cuts his hair. I do not like this long hair thing. I know, it's a little like... I want to say Jesus-like, right? Or something. Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. As a rock star, it's fine. But then when he gets into the acting side, it's like... Cut that shit. But for me, it's like Jared Leto is the guy of my 14-year-old self. My so-called life. My so-called life. Having to fuck Jared Catalano would be amazing for me. Or is it Jordan? Wait, was it Jared? Jordan. Jordan Catalano. Oh my God. Jordan's a great name. Okay. Oh, we need to give one to them. Okay. To you. To you guys. I would say FMK, Jennifer Aniston, who we talked about earlier, Margot Robbie, and Blake Lively. Yes. There you go. Let us know. Yeah, let us know. Okay. And then we want to kind of have a question about relationships. So what do you guys think of texting? How important is it to be texting your person? If you're not texting back and forth, is that a problem? Does that trigger a sign that the person doesn't like you? Does that trigger anything? Because I'll tell you something, it can get annoying. I'm really sorry I forgot to text you the other day. I really am.
See, okay, I'm like passively aggressively hating on Anne Campbell right now.
I'm that dude.
Yeah, she's that dude.
Sorry.
She's that dude.
Yeah, that's hard because if that's your main form of communication, then, especially, I hate to say this, but as a female, like we overanalyze a lot of things. And like I would, be like, dude, does this guy not like me because he's not texting me? It's been a few hours, not to say like, oh my gosh, they have to constantly be on their phone.
Yeah, no.
But,
at least like once
just say
day,
something. Yeah.
At least once a day. It's not hard to be like, what up, girl?
How's your day going?
Or, be responsive. Oh, right. The worst is, this hasn't happened to me, but imagine you're texting somebody and they're not responding. You're like, okay, maybe they're busy, but then they start tweeting and shit. Like that would suck.
Yeah.
Too. Like, mother ducker, dude.
I think we talked about that. Like if you are with somebody and that person, their habit is to be on their phone, yet they're not constantly texting you back, that's a little odd to me.
Yes, I agree. But to be fair, like if they're not on their phone often, even when you're with them, it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense. Either that or they're dating a lot of girls at the same time. I don't know. All right, so that being said.
But there are people like, to do their social media probably on their computer or whatever. Like, so it depends what the type of person. Like, like I go on Facebook on my computer. Mm-hmm. I go on Twitter on my computer. Like, and then whatever, texting is on my phone, whatever. So to switch devices and stuff sometimes might be the reason why there's delays. But if the person has a habit of being on their phone and you still are not hearing from them, then that's not a good sign.
Yes, that's not a good sign. What do you think, Wakame? I think you should always get texted, woman. Okay, cool. There you go. All right, so let's finish this round of Speak Nerdy to Me with some of the Zac Efron news because we love him.
Yay, there's news. So happy.
We Are Your Friends apparently is going to be released in more locations than initially expected. If you guys don't know, Zac Efron is starring / working on an EDM movie. He's been learning to DJ and learning to be hotter. And she just doesn't care right now. She's like, yeah, whatever.
I know.
Why is she doing that? Anyway.
Do you not like this topic?
Do you not like Zac Efron?
Tom Hardy. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Like, whatever.
Figure out who she will perk up for.
She would be like, okay, bully dick. All
Boo.
So yeah, Zac Efron's movie, We Are Your Friends. This movie looks pretty good, actually.
Yay. Well, come on.
And you know what? He's been in good movies. He's a good actor.
He is.
He is. Except for that Lucky One movie. What the fuck? I don't like those movies. Like Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah,
things.
that wasn't Nicholas Sparks, right?
I think
if it wasn't, it looked like one. So
she didn't like hearing that. She's like, I'm done.
No,
come on.
Zac Efron.
Get up. You okay?
Damn, she is not excited about this Zac Efron news.
Like, no.
I'm so sad. Fuck me.
She's like, look, this is not cool right now.
Sorry, guys. This is hilarious.
She's
so cute.
All right, guys. Well, that concludes our Speak Nerdy to Me show. Be sure to tune in and tell a friend. Friend a day keeps us going. Also, we've got a new app show called There's an App for That. Let us know what apps you want us to be talking about because we are reviewing apps up the wazoo. And we love doing this. We love doing this, bringing this to you, talking to each other, having Wakame not give a crap. In the meantime, you guys can follow Team Amasian right over here. Team Amasian at Team Amasian on Twitter as well as Instagram.
See, Wakame's staring at it.
Nutty comment. Yeah, she's like right there, right there. And you can also go to teamamasian.com. as well. And in the meantime, you can also follow us individually. And where can they find you?
You can find me at Ann Campia, and you could actually grab the audio version of our shows on teamamasian.com or subscribe on iTunes too.
Yes, you can do that.
If you don't want to see this.
Yeah, if you don't want to see this or this.
Aw, just this. You just want to see this. Okay, yeah, you can follow. Sorry, distracted. You can follow me at Campia. Corey, where can people follow you?
Sorry, Pomeranian. You can follow me on Instagram as well as Twitter at Kaorious. That's Kaorious. And you can follow Wakame at Waka Takee. And you can see her being stupid. And we will catch you guys next time. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. And have a great week.
Bye.